United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Tuesday praised the Venezuelan people for their commitment to peacefully expressing their voices during voting and emphasized the need for full transparency in the contested presidential election. Protesters have taken to the street again as opposition leaders are disputing the results of the weekend election that saw President Nicolas Maduro secure another term in office. Here's more details of that in this report by Yahya Jammeh.
After a decade of economic turmoil, many in the country are disheartened by the socialist revolution, despite the electoral body declaring President Maduro the winner with 51% of the vote against challenger. They secured 70% of the ballots, leaving the conflicting information uncertain in the country's direction. Speaking to the press, the UN spokesperson Stephanie Dujarric emphasized the Secretary General's plea for full transparency and prompt disclosure for the election outcomes.
I tell you that the Secretary General commends the Venezuelan people for their determination to express their will peacefully through the ballot box. We have taken note of the announcement made by the electoral authorities, as well as concerns expressed by political actors and members of the international community. The Secretary General calls for complete transparency and encourages the timely publication of the election results and a breakdown by polling stations.
The spokesperson further mentions that the Secretary General has faith that any election disagreements will be handled peacefully and urges all Venezuelan political figures and their followers to exercise restraint.
The Secretary General trusts that all electoral disputes will be addressed and resolved peacefully and calls on all Venezuelan political leaders and their supporters for moderation. He recalls that electoral authorities should undertake their work independently and without interference to guarantee the free expression of the will of the electorate.
The US-based Carter Center, which monitored the election, stated on Tuesday that the election failed to meet international standards of electoral integrity and cannot be considered democratic. Simultaneously, Maduro and his main legislative supporter accused Gonzales and opposition leader Mario of inciting violence post-election. Maduro, in a lengthy address aired on state TV, alleged that opposition demonstrators had attacked civilians and agitated fires, insisting on Gonzales being held accountable for these actions. For African News,